All right, we should be good. Shalom, shalom. Shit, bring me a little piece of Santo. Shalom. Hey, shit. Get started here in a few. My job gave out these new little webcams or whatnot so we can have our little meetings and shit. I done took mine home though so I can you feel me? Do my lessons on it, but I see it's lagging a little bit, man, from when I'm speaking. But shit is all good. Lord willing, y'all can hear me though. But shit, go ahead and get started, man. But hey, shit, with that, hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you out here out there pushing His word with our truth and sincerity, and to all you believers out there who believing on the gospel. And it's the brother called Rabbi from the GMS Houston camp. Now, I want to go into a lesson, pretty much speaking on us, as the believers of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, who's in the know of this knowledge, that because of this knowledge, because we believe in Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, that we might have to give our life for this truth, man. You see, and that's something that we have to consider. We consider the things like being in the kingdom of heaven. We consider, and think about new bodies or so on and so forth. But before we even get all that, we have to go through, like it said in Acts 14 to 22. If I'm not mistaken, it says, through much tribulation, we must inherit the kingdom, man. And some of that tribulation for us might be we have to give our lives for it. And it ain't gonna be all of us. There's gonna be some of us, like it said in 1 Corinthians 15, it says, we shall not all sleep. So everybody ain't gonna die, man. Everybody ain't gonna have to be a martyr. You see? But the thing is, we don't know who gonna be martyrs and who not gonna be martyrs. And since we don't know that, we have to consider, man. We have to meditate on that, man. And I got that word consider. We're gonna pull it up, but we're gonna read it. I'm gonna start with this scripture first, and Lord willing, this lesson be edifying. Right? This Sirach 4 and 28. It says, strive for the truth unto death, and Yahweh shall fight for thee, man. Strive for the truth unto death. Believe in His truth, even if it means we have to give our life. You see? Hey, think about the world. In the world, you quick to give your life for shit in the world. You see, you a football player, you go out there, you willing to, go head to head and get ran over. All that for your Edomite coach, You willing to give your life, MMA fighter, give your life going to Esau, military, going overseas and get shot. You see, so we willing to give our lives for things we do in this world. How much more Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai? How much more the truth, man? How much more for our brethren? You see, well, the perfect example is Yahweh Shai. Let's get that. And there's many scriptures to get with Yahweh Shai, but I'm gonna grab this one. This is 1 John 3 and 16. It says, hereby we perceive, we love. So like it says, hereby we perceive, we love. Salaki. It says, hereby we perceive, we, the love of God, because He laid down His life for us. And it's talking about Yahweh Shai, man. He laid down His life for us. And because He laid down His life for, matter of fact, let's get this real quick. This is what we receive just because Yahweh Shai laid down His life for us, man. This Revelation 5, straight to the point. And 9. And they sung as it were a new song, saying, thou art worthy to take the book, talking about Yahweh Shai, and to open the seals thereof, for thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to the Most High by thy blood out of every kindred, tongue, people, and nation, and has made us unto our power kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. You see, all from Yahweh Shai laying down His life, man. You see? Let's go back to that. This 1 John 3 and 16. Hereby perceive we the love of the Most High, because He laid down His life for us. Watch this. And we ought to lay down our lives for the brethren, man. For the brethren. You see, for our brothers, the man you stand on shoulder to shoulder with at camp. You see the brother who you hold the Passover with. The brothers who you hold in the Day of Atonement. Hey, going into the Day of Atonement. Sundown today started the Day of Atonement, man. You see? And who's the ultimate atonement for us? Yahushua. Now, if he wouldn't have laid down his life, if Yahushua wanted to be selfish, we would have been asked out. You see, but look what happened because the Lord did lay down his life for us, man. You see, he gave us an opportunity for giving his life. You know? Hey, Stephen, look at Stephen. You see, Stephen, he laid down his life for the Lord. And that's also, I want to get some examples of men laying down their life for this truth, man. Fearing Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua rather than man. Right? Let's get this John 15 real quick. I'm gonna get a couple precepts first before I get those examples. But Yahushua warned us ahead of time, you know. So if we come to that situation, well, it's a life and death situation, or we in that scenario where we about to get tortured, or or watch a brother or a family member get tortured, we can't get shaken up. Now, of course, we're in the flesh, you know, we're gonna have those fleshly feelings, but ultimately, we got to go back to the scriptures. Going back to the Sirach 4:28, we have to strive for the truth unto death. And the Lord gonna fight for us. It might be you willing and ready to give your life, lay your life down. As soon as you about to get killed, the Lord do some type of divine intervention, have an angel come and save you out of that. You see? But the point is, you was willing to die for the Lord, so he gonna come and help you, man. So, it ain't no promise that you will lose your life. But let's grab this. John 15:13, it says, greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends, man. You see, the scriptures say we work out our own salvation with fear and trembling, right? But we can't be, we fighting together, man. You see, we got to be willing to lose our life for our brother. Going back to Yahushua, we have to be willing to lose our life for our brother. You see, Paul had that mindset. What it says, what he said, let's see if I could get it real quick. For the elect sake. See if we can snag it real quick. Let me get my sword. I'll find it in my sword. You know, you be knowing where it's at in the scriptures. Let's see. This is Second Timothy. Just want to get an example real quick. Here you go. 2 Timothy 2:10. It says, matter of fact, 9, it says, wherefore I suffer trouble as an evildoer, even unto bonds, but the word of the Most High is not bound. Therefore I endure all things, even death, all things. Therefore I endure all things for the elect's sake, man. For the men and women you fighting for and striving with, man. We a body, right? We a team, right? You get y'all for the team, right? It says, I endure all things for the elect's sake, that they may also obtain a salvation, which is in Mashiach Yahushua with eternal glory, man, because we want to see each other make it. You see, like it says, iron sharpen iron, two are better than one, you know? But let's go back to this. John 15:13, it says, greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. Verse 20, this is Yahushua telling us, remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. You see, they persecuted Yahushua. Like I was reading Luke, what there was, 23 yesterday. They blindfolded the Lord, slapping them, spitting on them, punching them. You see? So what makes you think we ain't gonna have to go through none of that? The Lord was sweating blood. You feel me? The Lord was sweating blood. We ain't greater than him. If he went through it, we shouldn't be shaken up or surprised if we got to go through it. That's why the scripture says, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which shall try you, as though some strange things might happen unto you, man. You know? But it says, if they have kept my sins, they will keep yours also. You know? But let's get this, I got one more and I'm going to get this definition. Because it's ultimately what Yahushua told us, man. And hitting on that point, hey, we might have to give our life. So this is something that we have to consider. You know? Like, let's get one more. Let's get one more. You know, because it's a good thing to think about Jacob's trouble, man. The Sirach 18:24. It says, think upon the wrath that shall be at the end. When is the wrath? Jacob's trouble. Jacob's trouble, we're supposed to meditate on these things, put ourselves in different scenarios, you know? You see? It says, in the time of vengeance, we shall turn away his face. So we're supposed to think about different times of trouble and meditate on these things, man. Right? Even the reason I got that is even unto death, you know. And we go get some of these examples, man. These examples go pump us up and give us faith to want to strive. Because you ain't just dying just to die. You ain't just dying just so your family members could get a shirt with you in the clouds that say R.I.P. when you got the wings on your, you know, they put everybody with the wings on the shirt when a nigga died, man. We ain't dying for that. We dying for everlasting life. If you give up your life, you're gonna be the first one on the chair with your Hawashai, man. You see, it's for a greater good, man. Your name gonna be written for eternity on the great works that you have done. So it ain't just like you dying and you get a tombstone. You feel me? Wherever you from and flowers. No, man, it's this next level stuff right here. Cause we ain't dying, we just sleeping. That's all it is. We ain't dying, we just sleeping. We gonna be back. You see, we gonna be back, man. You know. But let's grab this real quick. This Matthew 24:9. This Yahushua. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you. And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And that takes me to this. So he told us right here, some of us gonna be cute, some of us gonna be afflicted. So that goes into this definition of consider. We have to consider that, man. You know, because the road ain't gonna be easy. And I like to talk about the positive and the spiritual power and the Lord getting us out of this and getting it. But we gotta remember, we go get put in certain situations we don't know of. You know, so we gotta consider all things. What the scripture says: "Be not ignorant in any matter, big or small." Roughly paraphrasing. You know, but let's go to this definition of consider. Right on the etymology online, late 14th century. Consider says to fix the mind upon for careful examination, man. Truly think about this. Truly think about this. Matter of fact, truly think about this. I'm gonna finish the definition, but I want to hold the precept. Hold the precept. Let's see. All right, there we go. Let's go back to the definition. So it says to fix the mind upon for careful examination, meditate upon, view attentively, scrutinize, not to be negligent of. Don't just, I'm gonna just get through it, whatever I go. Yeah, we understand whatever we go through, that's the Lord's will. That's our lot. You see, but we also got to prepare ourselves. What the scriptures say in Sirach 2, my son, when thou come to serve the Lord, prepare, get ready a full time, right? Prepare thy soul for temptation. We ain't just preparing ourselves to be pilgrims on the earth. We ain't just preparing ourselves to not take the mark of the beast. You see, we got to prepare ourselves even unto death, man, because we might be put to death for not taking the mark of the beast. You see, you know, it says reflect on, consider, study, look closely at, observe. You see, you know, so this is something that we have to put in our mind that may happen. Now, I'm done with the definition. Just want to get some of those words that take me to this. Luke 14:27. And whosoever doeth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. You see that? And that's going to part of the cross. Yahushua bore his cross unto his crucifixion, man. You see? We can't carry the cross and just let it go. No, man, we got to carry it, man. Carry it. Yahushua said it is finished. He finished his course, man. You see that? The Lord finished his course, right? But let's read on. I'm gonna read like 2 more lines, and then I'm gonna get these examples that I got of men who was willing to give their life for this truth, man, without a doubt. Wasn't second guessing it. You see, some of these men walked to their death, stuck the tongue out and all that. You feel me? Walk to their death, man. And this was should give us faith, like the scripture says, Romans 15:4. The things that was written aforetime was written for our learning, that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope. What we about to read, this should give us comfort for when we go through it. We're going to have the hope that the Lord will give us strength to get through it as well, man. Because remember, he ain't going to give us nothing that we can't handle. So if you're in a situation where you about to get put to death, guess what? You can handle that, man. 1 Corinthians 10:13, right? You can handle that. He ain't going to put nothing on our plate that we can't handle, man. You see? But It says, verse 28, for which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it. And that goes into consider. Consider that we might have to give our life for this truth. We have to count the cost. Yahweh Shai warned us, right? That's why I want to get those scriptures. He said some of us going to be killed. You see? He said the servant ain't greater than master. You see? So he warned us before we even signed our name on a dotted line. So we know what we getting ourselves into, man. You know, we can't get in this, do the work, do your videos, go to camp, you see, and then when it come down for real tribulation, be like, I ain't signed up for this. No, we did sign up. We was told a full time. You see, we was told the full time. It says, for which of you intended to build a tower, sitteth not down first and counted the cost. Right. We intended to build up that third temple, right? We intended to build up the kingdom of heaven, right? If you do anything, you go sit down first, make sure, okay, I got the funds. Okay, I got the foundation. I have enough for the foundation, for the cement to get laid, have enough for this, the interior. You ain't just go start on something and not think about the consequences, not think about what you got to put into that, man. You see? It says whether you have sufficient to finish it. So we got to see, and like I said, examine yourselves, man. We got to see if we got enough in our spirit to go through this, man. And Lord willing, we do, because it's not of our own will or our own works if we gonna get through it. We can't just say like Peter's like, Lord, shit, Lord, I'm ready to die for you. I'm ready to die for you, shit. I'm ready to give my life this day for you. He said, I'm ready to go to jail and all that for you, with you. Yahweh Shai said, Peter, shit, you gonna deny me. Now, Peter, although he really was about that. You gotta remember, that was King David, man. He really was about that. He really wanted to give his life. But the point is, he didn't know the story that the Heavenly Father had written for him, man. He didn't know his lot. The same thing for us. We might be willing and ready, saying right now, shit, I'm give my life, boy, shit, hell yeah. But we ultimately don't know. That's why it goes into fear and trembling, man. We got to pray and hope the Lord put it on us to get through these things, man. Because again, it's not of our own will. But again, words are powerful. So what we going to do? Speak it into existence, man. It says, let's happily, after he have laid the foundation, right? You started building. You ain't really check yourself. You ain't really know you had to give your life. You ain't know you was going to lose your car, your family, your money problems, legal problems. You ain't think the law was going to try you. So when you start going through these things, it said it is not able to finish it. And all that behold him began to mock, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish. And we don't want to be of those who are mocked, man. We want to be of those ones who will be committed for the great works that we have done towards Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, man. Hebrews 11. That give you a whole list of people who believe through faith, man. It's what it is, Sirach 44. They talk about those great men. Let us now praise famous men, man. We want to be in that number. We don't want to, you feel me? We don't want to be in a lot of Judas or Ananias and Sapphira. You feel me? Shadrach, Meshach, no, Salaki. Not Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Korah, Dathan, and Abiram, who came up against Moses. We don't want to be like them. You see? But let's get to these examples, man. I'm gonna get Apostle Paul first. And since I mentioned Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they are those great ones too. They was willing to give their life for Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, man. They was willing not to bow down to Nebuchadnezzar's statue. You see? Instead, I'm gonna die for my Lord, because I only bow down to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, in other words, man. But this is Acts 21 and 8. This is going to tell Apostle Paul, right? Acts 21 and 8. It says, in the next day, we that were of Paul's company departed and came unto Caesarea, and we entered into the house of Philip the evangelist, which was of one of the 7, and abode with him. And the same man had 4 daughters, virgins, which did prophesy. And as we tarried there many days, there came down from Judea a certain prophet named Agabus, right? Now check out what Agabus about to do to Paul. And when he was come unto us, he took Paul's girdle. He took Paul's girdle, right? And bound his hands and feet. So Agabus went to Paul, took Paul's girdle, and tied up Paul's hands and tied up Paul's feet, right? This is why. It says he took Paul's girdle and bound his hands and feet and said, thus saith the Holy Spirit, so shall the Jews at Jerusalem bind the man that owneth this girdle. So Agabus, a prophet speaking through the Holy Spirit, took Paul's girdle, tied up Paul's hands and feet, and said, this was the Jews gonna do to the man who owned this girdle. Now, again, it said Paul's girdle, so who owned the girdle? Paul. He was telling Paul, if you go to Jerusalem, because remember, they didn't want Paul to go to Jerusalem. People had it out for Paul, man. For they thought he was, trying to bring in the Israelite foreigners in the temple. And you see, they wanted to kill Paul, Apostle Paul, for this. So he was like, look, if you go to Jerusalem, the Jews gonna kill you. No, that's like, if you go to Jerusalem, the Jews gonna bound you up and throw you in a prison. Now watch what the Apostle Paul said, man. It says, so shall the Jews at Jerusalem bind the man that owneth this girdle, and shall deliver him into the hands of the Gentiles. And when we heard these things, both we and they of that place besought him not to go up to Jerusalem. They're like, Paul, don't go. Why? Don't go. Stay with us. You will be safe. You ain't got to be thrown to season them to them heathens. You ain't got to be worried about throwing in jail. Just stay here with us, man. And watch what Paul say. Then Paul answered, what mean ye to weep and to break my heart? Y'all chill out. All that crying. He says, let's highlight that. For I am ready not only to be bound. Paul said, I'm ready not only to go to jail and be locked up, he says, but also to die at Jerusalem for the name of the Lord Yahushua. Let's read that again. Acts 21:13. It says, then Paul answered, what mean you to weep and to break my heart? For I am ready not to be bound only, but also to die at Jerusalem for the name of the Lord Yahushua. Come on, man. This gonna be a man who gonna be commended in the kingdom of heaven. You see, this act that he did and many other acts on top of that, you see, we're gonna be speaking of this. The whole creation gonna know about the works of these great men. Start with the Lord Yahushua, man. Because Yahushua, hey, that's a whole nother level, man. That's a whole nother level right there. This man Yahushua died for a people who was as the sands of the sea and stars of the sky. Took all them sins upon himself. Think about that, man. Think about what the Lord did, man. You see? And it says, and when he would not be persuaded, right? You can change Paul's mind. You can change Paul's mind. He was setting his mind, look, I'm willing to give my life for the Lord Yahushua, man. It says, and when he would not be persuaded, we cease saying the will of Yahweh be done. And that's also what we were just speaking of a while ago. Whatever the Lord will is, the Lord will is going to be done, man. So if it's the Lord will for you to get tortured, put under a guillotine, guess what? You can handle that, man. Let's get that. Because I'm keep bringing it out through the Spirit. And then we'll get some more examples, man. This 1 Corinthians 10:13. It says, there have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. Right? We're going through the same thing these people without the truth going through. You feel me? But they going through it just because we going through it for the chastening of the Lord, man. To be rewarded for these things. You see? It says, but the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape that you may be able to bear it, man. Come on, man. You see, so whatever the Lord put us through, he will give us the strength to get through it. He will give us the strength to get through it. Let's get that 2 Maccabees 6 real quick. Matter of fact, I want to get one more. This is James 5:10 before I get that other example. Woo! And we're speaking of examples, right? It says James 5:10, take my brethren, the prophets who have spoken in the name of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Hawashai, for what? For an example of suffering, affliction, and patience, man. And patience. Whatever situation we got to go through, let the Lord work his work. Like I said, let patience have her perfect work. Ain't no telling what the Lord gonna do. He might be under a guillotine, it drop, boom. Guillotine snap on your neck. You see, hey, King David broke a bow still with his forearm. The guillotine can snap on your neck. Hey, Yahweh said ain't nothing too hard for the Lord. Anything is possible with the Heavenly Father Yahweh, man. Right? But let's go into another example. This Eleazar, right? In 2 Maccabees. Right? Let's see where I'm gonna start. All right, here we go. All right, now when you go into this, I'm gonna get straight to it. Now you know it's against our law to eat pork. Now these Greeks, just like America, they putting pork in everything because they want the Israelites to eat pork and go off. So right here, they was trying to get the Israelites, hey, eat pork. You see, just like in the Maccabees, they're trying to get Antiochus trying to get them to sacrifice swine's flesh on the altar, right? So this going into eating pork, man. But watch what this man do. And you think about today, he about to give his life for not eating pork. Now today that sound crazy, but no, that's how zealous and how much our people fear the Lord, man. Just like we coming in that same stand now. Our people today will say, "Damn, shit, this man died for not eating pork." Cause why? They quick to eat pork. They don't fear Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Hey, the Most High said, uh, our people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, man. But let's get into it. I don't want to ramble. This is Second Maccabees 6 and 18. It says Eleazar, one of the principal scribes, an aged man and of well-favored countenance, was constrained to open his mouth and to eat swine's flesh. You see? It says, but he choosing, listen to this, choosing, when you choose is your option, is your choice. It says, but he choosing rather to die gloriously, man. To die gloriously, man. He was willing to leave a great name. It says, but he choosing rather to die gloriously than to live stained with such an abomination, spit it forth and came of his own accord to his torment. You see? So he was willing to walk to his death. You see? Willing to walk to his death. And it says, and it behooved them to come that are resolute to stand out against such things as are lawful, as are not lawful for the love of life to be tasted. Right? It says, but they that had the charge of that wicked feast for the old acquaintance they had with the man. So those his old partners, in other words, his old homeboys, right? You see, it says, taking him aside. So they brought him to the side after he spit out the pork. It says, and besought him to bring flesh of his own provision, such as was lawful for him to use. So they put him to the side. I was like, hey, look, you ain't got to eat pork. You feel me? That's like, you ain't got to eat pork. Go get you something that's lawful, some chicken, some turkey, some beef, something, and just act like you eating the pork, all right? This man didn't even want to act like it. Let's read it. It says, and besought him to bring flesh of his own provision, such as was lawful for him to use, and make as if he did eat of the flesh taken from the sacrifice commanded by the king. You see, it says that in doing so, he might be delivered from death, and for the old friendship with them find favor, right? It says, but he began to consider, hey, wow, man, hey, that's a spirit, because I ain't even know this word consider was going to be here. We started with that word consider, man. This man considered. Let's go back to that. This man considered, man. Man, that's amazing. Consider, to fix the mind upon for careful examination. Meditate on, view attentively, scrutinize, not to be negligent of, man. Reflect. You see? Observe, look closer. So this man looked closer. It was a serious examination, man. Going back to it, verse 23, but he began to consider discreetly, and as became his age, and the excellency of his ancient years, and the honor of his gray head, whereupon was come. He was using that wisdom that he learned, just like us. What the scripture said, Isaiah 33 and 6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times. You see, just like this man. It says, and his most honest education from a child, or rather the holy law made and given by the Most High. Therefore he answered accordingly, and willed them straight ways to send him to the grave. He thought about it. He was like, what's going to be the point of me eating this pork? Man, let's read, because it's going to break itself down. It's going to break itself down. It says, and willed them straight ways to send him to the grave. For it becometh not our age, said he, in any wise to dissemble, whereby many young persons might think that Eleazar, being 80 years old and 10, were now going to a strange religion. You see? And so they, through my hypocrisy, desire to live a little time and a moment longer should be deceived by me, and I get a stain to mine old age and make it abominable. So he was like, look, I ain't even about to act like I'm eating this pork. It's like, what's gonna be the point? I eat this pork, and now these young men who looked up to me, they see me eating pork. Now they knew I've been zealous of the law, fearing the Lord my whole life, and they see me eating pork. So they go think, well, shit, Eleazar doing it. So shit, we can do it. We can do it. Surely he's a man of the Lord. We can do it. You see, and you're gonna cause others to go off. That was laying a stumbling block in front of those young men. And he was like leaving a stain on his name, man. You see? And that's another thing. He wasn't worried about what man thought. He was worried about what the Heavenly Father thought. Let's get this real quick. That's the same thing with Moses, man. Because what Eleazar said, it says, and so they through my hypocrisy and desire to live a little time and moment longer. You see, he already was old. He already was an old man, an elder man. So if he would have ate the pork, say a couple weeks later, what if he would have passed away? Now you got to deal with the Lord. Now you got to deal with the Lord, man. You see? Just like if you take the mark of the beast, you like, damn, I ain't eating. I can't buy and sell. You feel me? I'm off the grid. Can't do shit. You feel me? You like, man, I'm going to take this chip. You take the chip, bro. Esau already got a short time. You take the chip, the Lord might come 2 weeks after that. Now you done took the chip so you can buy a Gatorade and you know, come on, man. Now you done took the chip just so you can live and enjoy pleasures, like it's about to say, of sin for a season, a little time, man. No, take that death, man. You see, Lord willing. Let's get it right here. It says Hebrews 11:23. It says, by faith, Moses, when he was born, was hid 3 months of his parents. And we're going to go back to that Maccabee. I just want to get this to show Moses did the same thing. He chose rather to suffer affliction to enjoy the little pleasures in Egypt for a little time. The Lord was going to destroy it anyway. You see? It says, because they saw he was a proper child and they were not afraid of the king's commandment. By faith, and that's what it takes, faith, man. By faith. By faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter. Choosing, just like Eleazar, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season, man. Come on, man. It says, esteeming the reproach of Mashiach greater riches than the treasures in Egypt. We got to know that. If we give our life for Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, it's going to be greater treasures and greater riches than this world could ever offer us, man. Why you think Yahushai, Satan came to Yahushai, Satan was like, hey, I'll give you all these kingdoms of the world. You know, I'll give you all the kingdoms of the world. Yahushai said, depart from me, Satan. Why? Because he knew he had something better than that coming anyway. We know we got something better in this world. You see? Come on, man. It says, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward. Come on, man. You see? We're going back to that second Maccabees 6. And Lord willing is making sense. You know, Lord willing is making sense because these some things we have to meditate on. These some things we have to think about, you know? It says, I'm going to start at 25 again. Second Maccabees 6:25. And so they, through my hypocrisy and desire to live a little time and moment longer, shall be deceived by me. And I get a stain to my old age and make it abominable, man. Come on. You've been doing the work the whole time. Like it said in Ezekiel 33. As soon as you go off, your works ain't going to follow you. You doing the work the whole time. You get up to the end, Jacob's trouble, you take the chip. No, man. It says, verse 26, for though for the present time I should be delivered from the punishment of men. Right. If you take the chip, Esau ain't gonna kill you. He ain't gonna have to put you under a guillotine because you took his chip. You see? But it says, for though for the present time, verse 26, for though for the present time I should be delivered from the punishment of men, yet should I not escape the hand of the Almighty, neither alive or dead. Like Yahushua said, don't fear the one who can kill your body but can't do nothing to your spirit. He said, I tell you who to fear. Fear the one who can kill the body and the soul, man. You see, do something to your body and your soul. That's the Heavenly Father Yahweh. You see, so we get in that situation where Esau give us a choice of Take the chip, take the RFID chip to mark of the beast, or we gonna put you under this guillotine. Now, if you feel Esau feel, man, what you gonna do? Take the chip. So you don't have to die and get put under the guillotine. But guess what? You still got to get the missiles. Hey, Revelation 14, you have to get burnt in the presence of Yahushua, the angels, and the elect, man. So you could be afraid of Esau death, but you still got to deal with Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Or you can say, to hell with Esau, I ain't taking this chip. He gonna put you under the guillotine, and the Lord might save you out of that. Or he put you on the guillotine, you give your life, that's gonna be written, and you gonna come back in a new body. Get your lick back. You gonna get your lick back. You feel me? So it's a win-win situation at the end of the day. It might not feel good to be put to death, but going, hey, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they got thrown in fire, right? Did they feel it? No. Did they burn? No. It said they clothes, not even their hair. They didn't even smell like smoke. Why? Who was up in the Yahushua, man? You see that? Right? It says, verse 27, wherefore now, manfully changing this life, I show myself such as one of my age require. Man, verse 28, and leave a notable example to such as be young, to die willingly and courageously for the honorable and holy laws, man. And when he said these words, immediately he went to the torment. Immediately he went to the torment, man. Because he knew ultimately who had the true power, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, man. You see? It says, they that led him changing the goodwill, they bear him a little before into hatred. The same homeboys who was like, man, just eat the pork. Now they feel played because he's still like, man, I ain't doing that. Because really, they got what's the word? Condemned in their spirit. They conscience was fucking with him like, damn, we didn't went ahead and ate this pork. This man still, damn. So they felt played. It says, because they foresaid speeches proceeded as they thought from a desperate mind. It says, but when he was ready to die with stripes, he groaned and said, it is manifest unto the Lord that have the holy knowledge, that whereas I might have been delivered from death, I now endure sore pains in my body by being beaten. So yeah, it hurt in the flesh, but watch this. But in soul am I well content to suffer these things because I fear him. Fear who? Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Yeah, it didn't feel good in the body, but his soul was at rest. His soul was comforted because he knew he was doing the right thing in his conscience, man. He knew he was going to get rewarded for that. And it said, verse 31, and thus this man died, leaving his death for an example of a noble courage and a memorial of virtue, not only unto young men, but unto all his nation. We of his nation. That's why we're reading this today. This man considered giving his life for the truth, man. You see, Yahushua considered giving his life for the truth. Apostle Paul and there's many other men and women that was considered and did give their life for the truth. And we hope we fall into that stead, man. You see, let's read that again. And thus this man died, leaving his death for an example of a noble courage and a memorial of virtue, not only unto young men, but unto all his nation, man. You see? Man, I wanted to get 2 Maccabees 7:2 of the 7 brothers and a mother is a little long. Kind of want to read through it. Fuck it. We're going to read through it. I don't know how long I'm going so far. We're going to read through it and we'll end it off with this. But Lord willing, this lesson making sense. Lord willing is motivating, man. You see, it's motivating to know, man, whatever you go through, don't fear Esau. Don't fear man. Doing a family, somebody trying to knocking on your door, busting in your door, you in your house up in there. They know, man, the Lord got us, man. Then he said, a standard go be lifted. And even if we do get thrown into a concentration camp, don't lose faith and be like, damn, it's over. I got caught. I ain't at elect. Nah, man, keep pushing. Keep pushing, man. Keep pushing, man. This is 2 Maccabees 7:1. It says it came to pass also. Right after we just read Eleazar, this is the next chapter. So Eleazar and what we about to read happened. It came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh. And it's Antiochus. the Edomite, who was the king. It says, and were tormented with scourges and whips. It says, but one of them that spake first said thus, what wouldest thou ask or learn of us? Man, we are ready to die. We are ready to die rather than to transgress the law of our fathers. Man, this is amazing, man. Look at the mindset of these men. Man, look at the mindset, man. Hey, that Romans 15:4. Let's get that. Because this is giving me hope as I'm reading it, man. Romans 15:4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. Reading these accounts, man, that give us hope. That should give us hope, man. That whatever we go through, man, hey, the Lord will put on our spirit to get through it as well. Back in 2 Maccabees 7, it says in 2, but one of them spake first and said thus, what wouldest thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers. Then the king, being enraged, commanded pans and a cauldron to be made hot. Now, y'all should, I don't know if y'all know what a cauldron is. That's what, like, the witches be using, right? You see, like, right here? You see? So they made this hot. They made a cauldron hot, right? Balled some water up in there. It says, then the king, being enraged, commanded pans and cauldrons to be made hot, just like Nebuchadnezzar, when he felt plagued with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and want to bow down to a statue. He said, man, heat up that furnace 7 times more. The same thing right here. It says, verse 4, which forthwith being heated, he commanded to cut out the tongue of him that spake first. Man, and to cut off the utmost parts of his body, and the rest of his brethren and his mother looking on. So the first one who told Antiochus, man, we ready to die. Fuck what you talking about. You see? Antiochus, they cut out the man's tongue, dismembered his body. And it says, and his mother and his brothers was just looking at it. It says, now when he was thus maimed and all his members, he commanded him, being yet alive, man was still alive. Still alive. It says, remind me of Godfather. When they shot the Godfather, he's still alive. I think he said 6 shots and he's still alive, right? This man was still alive. It says, now when he was thus maimed and all his members, he commanded him, being yet alive, to be brought to the fire and to be fried in the pan. Think about when you frying fish or something. You put it up in that sizzle, grease popping. You see? But this man was willing to go through that, man. You know? And I don't want to make it seem like I'm making light of it, but it's pumping me up as I'm reading it. You feel me? This is pumping me up, man. You know? It says, and as the vapor of the pan was for a good space dispersed, they exhorted one another with the mother to die manfully. So they got together like, man, fuck that. We're going to go out, man, strive for the truth unto death. It says, saying thus, the Lord power Yahweh looketh upon us, and in truth have comfort in us, as Moses and his son, which witness to their faces, declare, saying, and he shall be comforted in his servants. So when the first was dead after this number, they brought the second to make him a mocking stock. And when they had pulled off the skin of his head with the hair, they scalped the man, cut that man's scalp and pulled it back. It says, man, and when they had pulled off the skin of his head with the hair, they asked him, wilt thou eat before thou be punished throughout every member of thy body? Now, this is the thing. You already done scalp my head. Just kill me. You feel me? Like, we get in jiggle trouble. You saw it already tortured us. Now he says, now you want to take the chip, bro? Just kill me. What I'm going to do? Take the chip and all my scalp off? What you going to do? Stitch it back? Just kill me, man. You see? It says, but he answered in his own language, in the Hebrew tongue, and said no. In other words, he said, la'ah, which means no in Hebrew. Wherefore he also received the next torment in order as the former did. Verse 9. And when he was at the last gasp, he said, his last breath, thou like a fury, talking to Antiochus, the king, thou like a fury takest us out of this present life. But the King of the world shall raise us up, who have died for his laws unto everlasting life. That's what we've been saying, man. If we die for the law, he gonna raise us back up anyway. You see? Come on, man. It says, thou like a fury take us out of this present life. Yeah, you just You helping us out. Really, what Apostle Paul said. Apostle Paul said, I'd rather be with Yahushua. You feel me? To be in this world. Remember, it's not our rest anyway. You feel me? It's not our rest anyway. If we get our life taken for Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, Esau doing us a favor, man. You see? Just quicker we can get in our heavenly body. Shit. It says, thou like a fury takest us out of this present life, but the king of the world shall raise us up who have died for his laws unto everlasting life. And after him was the third, made a mocking stop. And when he was required, he put out his tongue, and that right soon holding forth his hands manfully. This man walked up because he seen his brothers already get their tongue cut off. This man walked up with his tongue stuck out and with his hands out like, shit, go ahead. I'm going to help you out. You see, I'm going to help you out. Right? It says, and when he was required, he put out his tongue, and that right soon, holding forth his hands manfully, and said courageously, these I had from heaven, and for his laws I despised them, and from him I hope to receive them again. This man said, look, cut out my tongue, cut out my arms and my hands. You feel me? He said, the one who gave me these arms and hands anyway, he gonna give them back to me in his new body. You feel me? In his new body, man. In a body, now we in them times, we will get everlasting bodies, man. Come on. It says, in so much that the king and they that were with him marveled at the young man's courage, for that he had nothing regarding the pains. He wasn't worried about the pain, man. He wasn't worried about the pain. It says, now when this man was dead also, they tormented and mangled the fourth in like manner. Remember, it was 7 brothers. They didn't kill 4. It says, so when he was ready to die, he said thus, it is good. It is good. Don't Jake say that today? Shit is good. Right? He said it's good being put to death by men. Man, listen to this scripture. It says, verse 14, so when he was ready to die, he said thus, it is good being put to death by men, to look for hope from the Most High, to be raised up again by him. As for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection of life. Because we know as Israelites, we got promises of the Lord, man. Kingdom of heaven, new bodies, everlasting life. But he told Antiochus, you ain't gonna get no everlasting life. You feel me? And that's another thing, man. Once these men was going through that, and it just hit me. They going through these different torments, but the way they getting through it, they telling them we gonna receive our body parts again, or the Most High gonna raise us up again, or what was getting them through that? They was thinking about what they was gonna receive, man. Quick precept. Yahushua did the same thing. I'm gonna go back to that. Yahushua did the same thing. This Hebrews 12:2. It says, looking unto Yahushua, the author and finisher of our faith. Looking unto Yahushua. For the example, right? Now look, check this out. It says, looking unto Yahushua. When Stephen was getting put to death in stone, what he did? What he looked at? He looked up and said he seen Yahushua standing on the right-hand side of the Father. And I forgot who said it. Was it, I believe, the elder Yatazak from Dallas. I believe, if I am mistaken. But he was like, Stephen was focused on Yahushua, seeing Yahushua in the glory in the heavens. He probably wasn't even feeling the stones. Man. You see? But it says, looking unto Yahushua, the author and finisher of our faith. Watch this. Who for the joy that was set before him. So what's the joy that was set before Yahushua? Receiving his kingdom. Say shit, sipping yayan with his brothers again, man, after thousands of years. You see, having dominion over heaven and earth and everything, man. So everything that he was going to receive, that joy that was set before him, because he was thinking about that, it says he endured the cross, despised the shame. He got through what he had to go through because he looked at what he was going to receive for going through it. And it says, and it's set down at the right hand of the throne of the Most High. Now look where he at for going through it, man. So if we go through that death, look where we going to be at, sitting on thrones with Yahushua, man. Come on. Back in 2 Maccabees 7, it says, verse 15, and afterward they brought the fifth also and mangled him. Then looked he unto the king and said, thou, and look, everybody going out. Look, everybody was going out before they died. They got on Antiochus' ass, man. You feel me? They had to get some off their chest before they went out, man. You feel me? Come on. It says, then look he unto the king and said, thou hast power over men. Thou art corruptible. Thou doest what thou wilt. Yet think not that our nation is forsaken of the Most High. But abide a while and behold his great power, how he will torment thee and thy seed. Come on. He told Antiochus, look, you doing what you can do to us. Yeah, this your world. You know, do your thing. But don't forget the Most High forsake Israel. You see, you doing what you doing now. But look, when Jacob ruled, you and your family go be tormented. You and your seed go be tormented. It ain't a hard thing. If the Lord shit in the kingdom have Antiochus and whoever was helping them out, you feel me? Be put into the hands of these 7 brothers and their mother, and they get their lick back, man. You see? It says, verse 18, and after him also they brought the 6, who being ready to die said, be not deceived without cause, for we suffer these things for ourselves. Having sinned against our power, therefore marvelous things are done unto us, and that's what it is. If it's our lot to get put to death, ultimately we paying for our sins too. You feel me? We paying for our sins too, man. You see? You know? It says, because we deserve everything that the Lord will put in our path. You know? It says, but think not thou, right? But think not thou that takest in hand to strive against the Most High, that thou shalt escape punishment. You see, Esau can do what he wants us, but he ain't gonna escape, man. It says, verse 20, but the mother was marvelous above all and worthy of honor, of an honorable memory, man. To the sisters out there, look, the mother, man, it says she was honorable above all, man. You see, if you a sister out there, don't think, hey, shit, you can get through it too. You feel me? It says, for when she saw her 7 sons slain within the space of one day, she bare it with a good courage because of the hope that she had in the Lord, man. Yeah. Verse 21. Yeah, she exhorted every one of them in their own language. In the Hebrew, filled with courageous spirits and stirring up her womanish thoughts with a manly stomach. Yeah, she had the womanish thoughts and the doubting thoughts, but she took it like, in other words, she took it like a man. You feel me? And she said unto them, verse 22, I cannot tell how you came into my womb, for I neither gave you breath nor life. Neither was it I that formed the members of every one of you. Like women say, your mama say, boy, I brought you in this world and I take you all. No, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua brought us into this world. You feel me? It says, verse 23, but doubtless the creator of the world, who formed the generation of man and found out the beginning of all things, will also of his own mercy give you breath and life again. Reincarnation. Reincarnation, man. As you now regard not your own selves for his law's sake. In other words, you ain't worrying about your life. Y'all rather worry about your Yahweh Bashim. Well, you know, at that time, Yahweh's laws and what he want, man. And that's the thing. What Yahweh Shai said. What Yahweh Shai said. This Matthew 6 and 25. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. And whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it, man. Come on, find everlasting life. It says, verse 24, now Antiochus, thinking himself despised and suspecting it to be a reproachful speech, while the youngest was yet alive, so it was 7 brothers and 6 of them died. Only the little brother was still alive. It says, did not only exhort him by words, but also assured him with oaths. Talking about Antiochus telling the little brother that he would make him both a rich and happy man if he would turn from the laws of his fathers, and that also he would take him for his friend and trust him with the fast. Now, Antiochus telling the little brother this. You think this man, after seeing you murder his 6 big brothers, you feel me, gonna be your friend? Man, look. You think, and that's another thing, that's Esau do. Just to break the Most High laws, it says he was willing to make him a rich and happy man. Just like our people today. Esau tell you, I'll give you this record deal, just rap about killing your people, selling drugs, WAP, you know, Cardi B, just make a video about WAP. I'm going to give you money and all this to break your Heavenly Father laws, man. You see? But we read about men and women who is accepted in the sight of the Heavenly Father, man. You see? We trying to build this company, man. It says, entrusting with the fowls, verse 25. But when the young man would in no case hearken unto him, the king called his mother and exhorted her that she would counsel the young man to save his life. He tried to talk to the mother, like, look, just tell your son, do what I say. I don't want to kill a little boy. You know? Watch what she say. It says, and when he exhorted her with many words, she promised him that she would counsel her son. But she, bound herself toward him, laughed the cruel tyrant to scorn. She laughed at that man in his face and spake in her country language on this manner in the Hebrew, saying, O my son, have pity upon me that bare thee 9 months in my womb, and gave thee such 3 years, and nourished thee, and brought thee up unto this age, and endured the troubles of education. I beseech thee, my son, look upon the heaven and the earth. What we just said about Stephen, what he did, he looked at Yahushua, man. It says, look upon the heaven and the earth and all that is therein, and consider that the Most High made them of things that were not, and so mankind was made likewise. Fear not this tormentor, but being worthy of thy brother, take thy death, that I may receive thee again in mercy with thy brother. Come on, man. Clearly understood reincarnation. Clearly understood they was gonna come back, man. You see, and I won't be surprised if they in the if they not in the heavens right now, they hit it down on earth, believing in the truth, believing in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. Hey, remember the Most High said, he ain't unrighteous to forget our works and labor of love. He ain't forget what these people done. He ain't forget, you feel me? He ain't forget this, what Eleazar done. Don't it say, when, hey, our works follow us? Once we put to death our works, well, these people works follow them, man. Come on. But winding down, we almost done. I don't want this to be too long, but hey, law willing is edifying, man. You know, more than anything. Verse 30, it says, while she was yet speaking these words, the young man said, whom wait ye for? I will not obey the king's commandment, but I will obey the commandment of the law that is given unto our fathers by Moses. It says, and thou that has been the author of all mischief against the Hebrews shall not escape the hands of the Most High. Right, Esau, he ain't gonna escape. It says we suffer because of our sins, and the living Lord be angry with us for a little while for our chastising and correction, yet shall he be at one again with his servants. Man, it's powerful. It says, but thou, O godless man, it's the little brother talking to Antiochus. It says, but thou, O godless man, and of all other most wicked, be not lifted up without a cause, nor puffed up with certain hopes, lifting up thy hand against the servants of the Most High. For thou hast not escaped the judgment of the Almighty who see of all things. What the scripture said in Ecclesiastes 8. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. You see, the hearts of the sons of men are setting them to do evil. Roughly paraphrasing, you see. But it says, for our brethren who now have suffered a short pain. That's the thing, a short pain. Yahushua said, the ones who kill a body, after they kill the body, what else can they do? Esau might be trying to torture you, cut off your fingers, your hand, and talking to you, trying to scare you. The whole time you sit in the chair losing blood, you didn't die before he can really get to the torture that he want to do. You already in the spirit world. He took an L. You already got your new body, man. You feel me? So the pain is temporal, man. Like I said, this world is temporal, man. You know? It says, who have suffered a short pain and are dead under God's covenant of everlasting life. But thou, through the judgment of the Most High, shall receive just punishment for thy pride. Verse 37, but I, as my brethren, offer up my body, willing to give our life for the truth, man. Not lose we ain't losing nothing. We gaining, man. We gaining, we giving it up. Yahushua gave his life. You see, Apostle Paul gave his life. Eleazar gave his life. The 6 brothers before the little brother gave their lives, man. You see that? It says, but I as my brethren offer up my body and live for the laws of our fathers, beseeching the Most High that he would speedily be merciful unto our nation, and that thou by torments and plagues mayest confess that he alone is the Most High, and that in me and my brethren the wrath of the Almighty, which is justly brought upon our nation, may cease to go come to an end. It's definitely gonna come to an end. It says that the king being enraged, handed him worse than all. Handed him worse than all the rest and took it grievously that he was mocked. He felt play. And it says, so this man died undefiled. In other words, like they say, the elect was no guile, right? Count this man of that number. He died undefiled. He was that chaste virgin, man. In other words, man. It says, so this man died undefiled and put his whole trust in the Lord. Last of all, after the sons, the mother died. Let this be enough now to have spoken concerning the idolatrous feast and extreme tortures. Tortures, man. You see that? And I ended off on this. First Maccabees 2 and 50. Now, therefore, my sons, be ye zealous for the law and give your lives for the covenant of your fathers. Verse 51. Call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time. We just read some of them, right? It says, so shall ye receive great honor and the everlasting name. We trying to fight for that great honor and the everlasting name, man. You see? And it's only going to happen through Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. You see? But man, you know, I went a little longer than I wanted to, but Lord willing, it was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Chakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders. A great millstone and peace and blessings to all you walking out there pushing his word with all truth and sincerity. And with that, Shalom.